Right, BBC Introducing Time, track 2. It's Monday, so we're not only going to hear from an act, but meet an exciting new act that's come to us via Introducing.
Vienna, Vienna, I just want to be with you. Vienna, Vienna, I was happy but I never knew.
This is Midas, otherwise known as singer-songwriter Mike Davies. He's from London, has gone from busking in the streets to performing with the likes of Jamie Cullum. This track's called Vienna. I got him into a studio. I asked him to explain this name, Midas.
I'd like to say it's really exciting, but it's not. It's just like a shortened version of my real name. It's like a stage name that I use, Midas. So it's that's kind of how it came about, really. But I always get the everything I touch turns to gold comment, you know.
Well, you could have seen that one coming.
Yeah. But that's fine. I guess it means that people remember it a little bit, so that's cool.
Which is what's important.
Yeah.
You're London-based now, but you are from Brighton, which is also quite a musical place to be. Was it how you experienced it as a youngster?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, at school, there wasn't loads of music at school, but they had a piano, and that's how I got started. And I used to play to like the school assemblies and stuff like that. And then later on, there was a lot of kind of indie bands, not as much of the sort of soul music that I'm influenced by, but it was definitely probably a better scene than a lot of towns, I guess, in the UK.
And were you always a solo performer, or were you in bands at that point?
I've always been in bands and stuff over the years because my brothers all play and stuff. My twin brother plays drums and my other brother plays keys, so we used to play and write songs together. But I kind of ended up sticking out to them with the music, so those guys got proper jobs. But yeah.
You started busking the streets though. How early on was that?
Well, that was pretty much after the family band kind of parted ways, actually. Yeah, it was kind of a tough time, I guess, in my life, but it was a good experience, you know, and I ended up getting some gigs through it, and that was kind of the start of many things, really, like, you know, early on.
How does that work then? People just approach you in the street as you're performing?
Yeah, they'd sort of come up and say, oh, you know, come and play at my wedding or some launch of something or whatever, you know, and from there I started like getting paid to do it, which was pretty cool.
Is that a good way of doing it, actually, just taking whatever is offered and then hoping that there will be somebody at that gig who might then offer you something else?
Yeah, I mean, for me at the time, like, I didn't want to, I tried doing sort of minimum wage jobs and stuff like that, and I really wasn't enjoying it, so I just thought, okay, I'm just going to try as much as possible to make it, you know, go in music. And actually I used to make all right money in Brighton busking, like, you know, especially in the summer, so that was the first thing, and then it would lead on to other gigs and stuff, and from there, you know, that really got me started in doing it full time, you know, so it was a good start.
And what's the dividing line then between somebody who is just getting by and maybe having to take a minimum wage job as well, and somebody who is making a living from music? Where did you have to get to?
For me, my first target was to make as much as I was making in, you know, one of the minimum wage jobs that I was doing before, and that was my sort of first target, you know, and it was an achievement to get there, you know. So I think, you know, that's a good place to start for sure. And
tell me about the big names that you perform with, because I mentioned in the introduction that you perform with Jamie Cullum, but that's not the only name.
Yeah, I mean, lots of different names through major label artists. When I came to London, a few musical directors started asking me to do different work, really. So, yeah, I've played for different people like Jessie J, Rita Ora, Labyrinth, and, yeah, like you say, Jamie Cullum. A lot of those guys, I did a house band gig at the O2, and we played with all those artists. But there's been other people that I've worked with over a longer term, like Eliza Doolittle and some other ones like that, but yeah. And
is that mainly studio based when they're recording, or do you go out on the road?
That's live gigs, yeah, touring and stuff like that, and yeah, promotional campaigns and things like
wonderful.
that. Yeah,
well, that pays the bills, doesn't it? And at the same time, you can do what you really want to do, which I guess is your own stuff. Going to play Feels Like Only Yesterday now. Tell me about this track.
This one's been a long time in the making, actually. It's just kind of reminiscing about, I guess, when you're growing up and life seems pretty simple. Well, at the time you don't think about it, but you look back and think, wow, it's really simple then, you know. And it's got a lot of my soul influences, like Stevie Wonder and stuff in there.
troubles were so far away, and innocence kept the rest of life. And babe, well, it feels like only yesterday. Yes, it does. Well, if this life is a dance, then I'm not ready yet to sway. The floor is brushing from my feet. I guess it comes to us all. We realize that the world and its problems are not so small and not so small. And oh, it feels like only yesterday. My troubles were so far away, and innocence kept the worst of life. And they, well, it feels like only yesterday. And oh, it feels like only yesterday. It feels like only yesterday. My troubles were so far away, and innocence kept the rest of life. Well, it feels like only yesterday. It feels like only yesterday. My troubles were so far away. Innocence kept the rest of life. Hey, babe. Well, it feels like only yesterday. Well, it feels like only yesterday.
Feels Like Only Yesterday, performed by Midas. Mike Davies is in the studio having a chat about BBC Introducing, about where he's come from, about growing up in Brighton. He's now London-based, worked with Jessie J and Rita Ora and Labyrinth, Eliza Doolittle, Jamie Cullum, talked all about those a moment or two ago. I guess one of those could be your career highlight. What has been the moment where you've thought, do you know what, better pinch myself and make sure I remember this is happening?
There's been a few, actually. There's been so many amazing experiences and great experiences. That the particular gig I was talking about was it was a concert for Stephen Lawrence, like a 20 years after his death concert, basically the O2, and we performed in the house band for that. So it was a really great event to be part of, and we got to rehearse with the artists and meet them and see how they worked and stuff like that. So that was great. I mean, last month I got to do something cool with Leona Lewis at Hyde Park for Radio 2. That was amazing highlight as well. It was probably the most amount of people I've played to.
How many, do you know?
I think it holds about 70,000 at
Oh, my
Hyde Park.
goodness.
I might be wrong, but yeah. But in terms of my own stuff, it was Shepherd's Bush Empire this year was amazing. Like, I got to open up there, and that was awesome, yeah.
And when you're opening under your own name, is it just you and a guitar, or do you take along a band?
That one was just me and a guitar, yeah. I mean, that's been, through busking and everything, and that's been what I've done. But I do also have, I've got a headline gig this month that I've got a band with and stuff like that. So, yeah, when I can, I try and take out the band.
And what are the ambitions? Because you can go in so many different directions with a career like the one you described, because it's multifaceted. Where would you like it to go?
Definitely love penning songs and writing and singing my own songs. So I think the direction long term, that's what I'll keep on chipping away at in terms of, playing that to as many people as possible. Some more shows in Europe next year. I've got an album coming out next year, so I'll be promoting that. And one day, I'd like to get to the Grammys, if not nominated or anything, just go and have a party. But yeah, I'd love to get there.
That's a good ambition. Do you get to write songs for other people? I mean, do you write them? Do you pitch them?
I've not done a lot of that stuff, but there's an artist called Jo Harmon who I've worked a lot with. She has had an album out already, and she's got a second one that she's working on in Nashville at the moment. So yeah, I've done some writing with her and other sort of close friends and colleagues and stuff. But yeah, I mean, long term, I'd love the songs to find good homes as well. I'm definitely open to that.
You see, I always wanted to be a pop star, so I'm always fascinated to know how it works for other people. That's Mike Davies, aka Midas from London. Want to know more about him? Loads of information posted for you on the Facebook page and the Twitter feed. A couple more introducing tracks for you tomorrow on the programme, about 9:15 and 10:15. Can it almost be 10 o'clock? I can't believe where's the time gone tonight. There'll be time for one more ahead of the Late Show, which is fast approaching. Get those jazz hands ready. Dance with her.